Hello everyone, Revenant Ace here, back at it again with another video. So this video is going to be something different. Remember that one video I made like 3 weeks ago and said I was going to make a whole series on it? Well look, this is the one thing I'm going to get out before Christmas, so let's take this as the Holly Jolly Christmas special, alright? I've written down 10 things that I think Jump Force could have changed to be a better game. Now, personally, I don't think all of these changes are going to like save Jump Force if they do make it a new game or they make another Shonen Cross Arena Fighter like that. But I do think these changes do improve Jump Force a long shot. It's basically a big improvements that would basically be really good for what Jump Force could have been. And obviously, I think like, we always give Jump Force, like, the hardest time out there because it was supposed to be this game that was, you know, that was basically supposed to be or not even the Dragon Ball Fighters, but it was supposed to be, like, the Marvel versus Capcom for anime games, basically. But all of this is really just coming from a place of love because, honestly, I still believed in Jump Force being, like, they could have done so much more for the game to, you know, improve it. But let's start off with this list, shall we? Now, the very last thing I think that should be a focus should be better graphics. I think the graphics is a big hit or miss depending on who you... the graphics for Jump Force is a very big hit or miss, alright? It's... You know, some people like the art style, some people don't like the art style. I mean, for me personally, it doesn't really matter. Because some characters do look a little weird, but I do think better graphics would actually improve a lot of things with Jump Force. Like, maybe it would change, like, the frame rates, so you don't have those constant frame rate drops. Maybe we can finally get a Jump Force in 60 FPS, who knows? But yeah, better graphics should be probably the last thing they should focus on. That should be just, it's not important, alright? So, the next thing, a better training mode. Now, this is something that not a lot of people actually know about Jump Force, and that it has replays. So, with Jump Force having a replay functionality, I feel like that could have been implemented in training mode somehow. Maybe you could replay certain actions, and you have all these, what's its face? You could just set up certain actions that you record and that you can practice against. All that kind of stuff would easily make Jump Force so much better. Just improving the training mode to give us more options would just be so much more better. It would just be better, you know. Next thing I have is change the whiteout system. Now, I don't mean remove the whiteout system. I mean it should change in a way that it's not very limiting on combos. Alright, I feel like that is one of the biggest complaints that many people have. And that has always been that the whiteout system always limits certain combos and certain creative... It just reduces creativity overall. So, you know, changing the whiteout system to just be like a combo cap, kind of like in My Hero 1's Justice, or somewhat similar to Dragon Ball Fighters, maybe, you know? Something like that, where it's just changing the whiteout system would just improve creativity. And changing the whiteout system would actually improve this next point, improve combo variety. Now what I mean by that is that we already have like an up tilt, a down tilt for like the square combos, but we also need something more than that. We also need like maybe side combos, maybe a left, maybe if you like tilt the stick right, you do a different type of combo. You tilt the stuff left, it's a different combo. And also give some of that for the heavy variations, because we don't have any tilts for our heavy variations either. Improving that would also be somewhat a big plus for combo creativity. The next point is the character archetypes. There are some characters that just feel way too similar to each other. There are a lot of characters that feel and play way too similar to each other, okay? And I really think that changing these archetypes or making them stand out more will increase that creativity even more so. And what I mean by these character archetypes, like take Zoro for instance. Like he has the 3 swords. He has in the show he can use either one sword style, two sword style, three sword style. You know, basically he would be a stance character. You know, that's just one example. Kaguya from like the Naruto game, she could have been like a zoner maybe because she has like some of the best projectiles in the game. To be fair. Other characters like Vegeta, he could also be a zoner in some way. He could semi-zone a little bit, but you know, just improving the character archetypes would increase the creativity and diversity amongst the cast characters to make them stand out. Increasing the moveset skills. Now, what I mean by that is characters' skills, like the skills that a lot of the cast characters have. I feel like we can actually improve upon that by increasing how many skills they can do. Now, what I mean by that is maybe instead of like giving them like another option like in Xenoverse to where they have like if you hold the L2 and R2 triggers, you get your ultimate attacks, you get maybe your transformation, you get your evasive skill. Instead of doing it like that, maybe do it in a way like it's a command norm or it's a command input. Like you hold the skill button and then say if you want to do like Luffy's Gum Gum Gatling, because I think Gum Gum Hot Gatling is what he has in Jump Force. So if you use that skill per se, hitting R2 and then hitting a certain direction or maybe tilting the stick in a certain direction and then hitting square will do Gum Gum Gat. And who knows, it could be used for so many different things like certain combo utility, maybe it's for more pressure and some stuff like that. Increasing the move set, increasing the amount of moves that you could have would definitely make the cast stand out even more. This next one, this one is mostly for, I guess, the offense of the game, which is guard break and unblockable command moves. Now, what I mean by that is blocking is somewhat very strong in Jump Force, so and there's not a lot that really scares an opponent. So what I was thinking was that maybe if you're giving command normals to, you know, the if we're giving command normals to the skills that characters have, maybe we can also give command normals to say circle, because circle and Jump Force is your grab button, and that's pretty much the one thing you can do. But I think like maybe if you tilt down circle, maybe you do like a somewhat fast unblockable attack, but you can't combo into it. Maybe depending on the character, you can't combo into it. If you tilt up, maybe you do like a grab, but you toss them in the air and it gives you a combo, maybe. Stuff like that. It would increase the offense of the game. It would definitely increase the offense of the game. It would make it a lot more dynamic, and it wouldn't just be like, oh, he's blocking, let me try and mix in my grab somewhere. And then your grab gets called out like, oh, well, there's not much I can do. Alright, now this next point is basically reworking the defensive options. Now, I have some ideas. First of all, high-speed counters. Those need to go, and maybe change them or rework them in a way to where they are called high-speed parries. And, like, you actually have to time your parries to, you know, somewhat like in Demon Slayer, because if you make it like, oh, if you time your block correctly, then you get a parry. I don't think that's gonna work because it's gonna make a Xenoverse. It's gonna produce a Xenoverse situation where you have everyone block match. So in doing that, you basically, you know, have some more skill involved. Then I have removed high-speed dodges because honestly, I don't think those would really impact the game as much. And then I have changed the blocking. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't mean like giving you like a high-low blocking, because there's only one type of blocking in Jump Force. But I would like to see like directional blocking, or like if you're say for example, like this is a situation that always happens. If you're facing away from your opponent and you start blocking, you'll automatically turn around and block in that direction. What I want them to do is to, or what I'm basically saying here is that make it to where, like, if you're facing the opposite direction from your opponent, you are blocking in that direction and you're still open to an attack. Now, that would mean they would have to change like the movement of the game, which would definitely be an upside too, because the movement is very janky in Jump Force. So I feel like that would definitely be an improvement. So changing the blocking, and then I also have changing the escapes. Now, basically, I would replace, if anyone has played Jump Force and you ever had a full awakening meter, I would replace the escape mechanic with that. I would actually replace the escape mechanic with that, but tie it to the escape mechanic. But you only get it when your escape meter is full, okay? So basically, if you're in a combo, then you burst. Yeah, so it basically acts like a burst from, say, Guilty Gear. So you burst, and then like your escape meter is out, but you have to wait until it refills all the way. I feel like this would definitely improve the game skill-wise, because the escape meter is just basically free. All right, it's basically free. There's nothing you can do. Now I have the second most important thing is Spectator Mode. Spectator Mode in Jump Force does not exist. In fact, for the past arena fighters that have came out, including Demon Slayer, and even Kill I Kill If, I think, they don't have Spectator Modes. So having a Spectator Mode is definitely a must-have. So, or increasing the lobby size to where you can spectate matches, and even with like the clan system that they added, maybe you could like spectate through the clan system. The who is in your clan, maybe you can spectate through there. But spectator mode in general just needs to be a thing, alright? And the top of that priority is improve the netcode. Now, I don't think rollback would work because I don't think they can grasp the idea of what rollback would be like in an arena fighter, in my opinion. I don't think they can really grasp the idea for an arena fighter with rollback netcode. But maybe something similar to Xenoverse, but improved. I really think Xenoverse would probably be one of the best anime arena fighters out there because of the netcode alone. But the netcode is just bad. So improving the netcode would definitely be something that would improve Jump Force even beyond what most arena fighters in the past have even done. So those are my 10 things. What do you guys think? I would like to hear your opinions in the comments below. Take care.